Everybody, Jerome Wright here, and once again you're joining me on my Jerome Wright YouTube channel here on YouTube. This is going to be a part 3 of my video regarding the First Lady, Michelle Obama, and an artist's depiction, when mirrored, suggests that the First Lady has been given tainted wafers, which is that of communion. In my research, I found some video, some online photo footage, images which actually depict the First Lady in the scenarios that this artist's mirrored images are suggesting. Not only that, her wardrobes are a match as well too, which is actually suggested in here. However, see my other videos 2 and 1 to see what the detail that I offer in there. This video, since I'm only dealing with 15 minutes here, is has to be short and quick. You see that my next finding in this video, in 3, you see this green monk's uniform here, our outfit, robe. Looks almost like the Grim Reaper, doesn't he? Well, that image, here's another image of it in smaller resolution so you can get a better idea. That image appears here when mirrored. In my number 2 video, I state that when the image is mirrored, it produces an image. Okay, this is what this looks like mirrored. Here it is mirrored. There's a set of arms that come from up underneath, as I mentioned in the other, that these are the popes, the white popals coming up underneath. These arms here, which I'm suggesting would be relating to that of the First Lady. And then there's another set of arms coming from out of these bigger sleeves back here, which would actually be the mirror. Ironically, when mirrored, this mirror creates 2 large sleeves on either end. Now, I've highlighted it somewhat red. If you notice, these sleeves come up around, these are the openings, and these small arms come out of that sleeve. This monk-like robe, that green robe right there, comes up the back, and it goes into a hood back here, just up above this reptilian looking headpiece that are going on there, that I actually call an urn, and you can see the reptilian face there. However, you have 3 individuals in this image now. You have a pope, a monk, and the image likeness of Michelle Obama with an urn on top of the head, or an urn on top of the head, which actually has the face of a snake or a reptile in it. 3 individuals representing the same exact thing, meaning clergy. Now, there's another, one of my viewers stated that he sees a symbol in here that represents the royal symbolization there, which represents royalty, okay, which would be the M or something like that along those lines there. Now, I'm not going to go into that. However, and by the way, people, if you look here into the tasseling that hangs down, it actually creates a reptilian-like face right here in the front. Besides this reptile up here that I see here, if you pull it back, it makes it look like a reptilian monkey right here in the face area here. Okay, so that's something else to consider. Now, you might think that all of this is far-fetched, that I'm stating that I'm not going to go into 1 and 2 of videos. You have to actually look at them to see how I arrived at the dresses and all of that. Okay, but it's describing how the hands reaching through, and like I said, this is the sweater, the bosom area of Michelle Obama, hands reaching out, seeing that it's taking the collection plate. And ironically, the collection plate is also, this all dubs as the Congressional Medal of Honor. If you look at it, and this is another mirrored image, it creates an image. It creates multiple scenarios in one. The Presidential Congressional Medal of Honor. And this will be the neck part of it. It goes around the neck, the blue. Then this creates the metal badge. Okay, and it's amazing because of all of this is because it's like a dimensional window that creates a still motion picture where there's a bunch of realities in one. Okay, now what's amazing about this is that the Obamas have appeared in multiple scenarios with ancient rooted royalty and ancient rooted religion. Here's one where they appear with Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip. You know, amazingly, around that same time, around the time that image was taken, like 2009, this image was created in 2009. You know what's amazing about all of this too is that Prince Philip, if you look at him, he looks sickly in the face, discoloration in the face. And I'm going to do another image because here's Prince Philip with Pope Francis, and they're gazing upon a bottle of wine, which is actually, I find this to be absolutely, sacrilege. A wine in a house of the holy. This guy looking like a straight demon. Discoloration of the face. Look like he has AIDS. But it seems to me that these people strive to appear in public like this. Here is also a picture of Prince Philip with Pope Benedict. Look at how Prince Philip's and Pope Benedict, if you look at all of their public images, I'm going to show you another, how these people strive to appear before the camera. Like this. Search online and these images. By the way, there's a horn being in the tasseling here, and there's one right there on both sides. You actually see on this side here and on there. However, look at the faces. I've seen people that were to winos and bums on street corners that look better than these people, and with all of their money and all of their resources. I'm suggesting people that through their cult rituals, where they engage in drinking of blood and other bodily fluids, which include semen, it's my position that these images, this skin reflection, is the end result. Here's another Pope Benedict. It's amazing that he's appearing in this Santa-like hat because I'm talking about Saint Nick, but this is a whole nother thing there, scenario. I'm not even going to go there. It's amazing though that he's appearing in that. Here's where the Obamas are meeting with Pope Benedict here. You know, oh, by the way, I went into the last video about this meaning in the black veil on the mantel is where you're talking about you being married to Christ. And that's what this image evolves from. You know, it's amazing because the president has also met with Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip. And it's amazing because I'm describing these two groups as being at the center of genetic manipulation and altering of mankind's being. At the top, the Obamas are with Prince Philip and Queen Elizabeth, and at the bottom they're with Pope Benedict. It's my position that this artist captures something of a reality that is stating that Michelle Obama was given a tainted communion offering, and it describes and details in a message through this artwork. When mirrored, it creates, again, the Congressional Medal of Honor, the blue, the badge, this becoming the offering plate for the communion, and it shows a mouth. There's a message here. It shows the dark hands of what I'm describing to be Michelle Obama's hands reaching into the confession plate and pulling the substances back into her mouth. Multi-dimensional images included in here, which is describing, if you look at my other channel, look at my other videos, it is describing how through ancient rooted religion, this is a representation of ancient rooted religion, and it appears here. Again, these open portions, this robe right here, the larger part of the monk's robe right there, are on either sides, and you see skinny black arms, female-like arms coming out of that and wrapped around the likeness of Michelle Obama. Here's the robe. Also here, there's the openings either on either end here. However, there are also smaller faces off on the side. People, these multi-dimensional images, still motion pictures. And again, if you look here, you can see, I can see from back here, that through this tasseling that covers, that veil that covers the face, I can see the face of eye, mouth here, that it creates a reptilian-like monkey right there in his face. It's amazing that everything that I'm finding is self-describing everything that ancient rooted religion and ancient rooted royalty is based upon. Here in a high figure, in a place in America where they're describing a genetic contamination of the U.S. First Lady. Her dresses, her dress style, everything, so that there's no mistakes and confusion allowed. This artist is describing who has been genetically contaminated, and is describing it in the way that is going through communion, and it's also stating that through this infection, this viral-like infection, the president is involved as well too, and this is why you're seeing the Congressional Medal of Honor here. These people who has completely disarmed the president and the first lady. Would you take a communion from this guy? They have. Look. Would you take a piece of communion from this guy and put it in your mouth? This would be no different than taking a crack pipe from a crackhead on the street, on your street corner, and offering us, or a drink from a wino on the street corner, and putting the bottle up to your mouth. But they have. The same thing in taking something from these people. They completely disarm you. But look at Prince Philip. Just as sickly and ghastly looking as Pope Benedict. Google the images and see for yourself. And then let's not forget the fact of the matter that accepting any kind of offering of blood, sacrifice, or body which is meaning body is meaning cannibalism, and then the blood is a cult ritual that we have been actually taught to believe that when somebody's offering you blood, is talking about sacrifices and demonic worship. And this is what is causing these people with all their money and resources to look like they are. I have to end this video here. I'm going to put more in writing. I'm going to end the video right there.